Bushman's experience in a Waymo vehicle, it was pretty interesting indeed. But we're also talking about they're not perfect and they're kind of in beta. And it's a little bit weird for them to be in beta, but be integrated into society, driving all over the place. Seems kind of dangerous to me, but I guess to their, credit or whatever you want to say, they're doing pretty good and they haven't caused too many accidents thus far. And some weird things have happened, but I don't know any other way they're going to gain the real roadworthy, is that the right term? Experience.
Sam, everything's in beta.
Have to have.
Windows is in beta. Come on. Everything's in beta. We operate in beta.
There you go. Anyway, this seems like a little more dangerous beta to me, but okay.
Right.
Anyway, it was pretty cool. And I do believe, though, this will be the future, Jay. I really believe over time, especially if they upgrade not only the vehicles and the intelligence in the vehicles themselves, but if they start to create AI traffic signals and create cars that can report back to other vehicles in line. And, when you start to get 5, 10, 15 overlapping indicators of safety or actions that need to be taken and stuff like that, I think it can start to become pretty good. I don't think it'll be perfect because, again, the electricity goes out and it's all south, right?
Yeah.
But I do believe it's going to get better and better, and I do believe it will be the future.
Well, I want to know what your take is on the cost. Do you think it was reasonable? I mean, I don't know how much it even cost.
There's some stories about this. So when we went and did it, it was like $12.
That seems reasonable. I mean,
that
depends on how far you went.
Hold on. That was reasonable. But you compare that to, say, a Lyft and the same location or route, I guess is the best way to say it, on Lyft was like $10. Well, so why is it $2 more without a driver, Jay?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
How many employees and it's $2 more?
I understand that the hardware may be more expensive and things like that, but if you're trying to push this thing out like a beta and get people used to it, you should be almost subsidizing it to a point to where it should be $6.
I understand. You're right. And so that's why I mean when you say it sounds reasonable, it is reasonable, but it's relatively.
I got you.
Okay. Now here's the next thing then. One evening we tried to go and we were going to do the Waymo the first time, and it came back and said $35. Well, we went and got a Lyft for $9.
That's that dynamic pricing, Sam.
It's either dynamic pricing or maybe everybody was getting one because it was like at nighttime and it was time for
people
to
that's
go
what I mean.
home. Or,
when the the usage is way up, then the prices go up to reflect it.
Dynamic pricing, though, could say, hey, this person's wealthy. We know that because we have all the data on their cookies and everything else. They've been buying nice Christmas presents, so we can charge them more. They got that pricing they're working on, too. So what it really is behind the scenes, I don't know. But all I'm telling you is when it was $35, then we got a driver for $9.
That's crazy.
I don't even know what to say. So anyway, that happened. And so we had a lot of interesting experience with it. And it was kind of fun and kind of scary and kind of weird and all at the same time. And we do have videos of it. And I'll try to see if we can't put something together for maybe next, at least kind of show you a little bit about it. But it's pretty cool.
Yeah, or even a side channel thing, do it as a Tech Watch Radio short,
Yeah, there you go. Great idea. All right. Anyway, we'll do that. By the way, people are frustrated with AI for a lot of reasons. I think AI is wonderful, and I think it's the future, and I think we just need to be realistic about our expectations is the problem. Okay? If you're threatened by AI when it comes to your job, don't panic and melt down because, we're told that it's just going to do everything. I'm telling you, they're overhyping it, overselling it, and that's what related to the dot-com bust back in the day. Okay? It's not that way. But it will slowly but surely become more intelligent. It'll slowly but surely find where it's successful and where it's not. And it'll eventually worm your way into your life. And eventually you'll be to the point where you can't see life without it.
Mm-hmm.
Think smartphone if you don't believe me.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So anyway, Justine Bateman, well-known, actress or bigwig or whatever you want to call it, famous person.
Actress, yeah.
Has vocally criticized the use of AI in media. She founded this thing called Credo 23. It's a council that certifies films and series are made without generative AI. Credo 23 will host a film festival, they say, from March 27th to the 29th next year in Los Angeles. And Bateman describes generative AI as merely cycling vast amounts of existing content, which she equates to theft, Jay. AI's application in creating film, backgrounds, and simulated actors, such as the AI actress, I think it's Tilly Norwood?
Yep.
I think that's how you say it. I guess it's by Particle 6, so that it's this person that's not a real person at all. It's an AI person named Tilly Norwood. It's not even a real person at all. But they say it sparked controversy. they're criticizing AI for undermining human actors. They say it's a central issue during the 2023 Hollywood strike, emphasizing the significant impact on the industry. Now, here's my point, Jay. I appreciate the criticism, and I get the concern that, hey, it's just regurgitating stuff.
Right.
That's what they claim. But I disagree with that. It is not just regurgitating stuff. It is taking stuff, though, and repurposing it, repackaging it. But for the most part, that's all humans are doing too, Jay.
That's exactly right. You see this with artists and AI, and they have the same thing. They're like, oh, this is just redoing it or remixing it. But that's what humans are doing anyway. They're learning from other people's stuff. They're learning from Picasso or whoever and everybody else that they've been experienced to. And, and they're putting their own thing on it. AI is doing a lot of the similar things. It's hard. It's kind of hypocritical almost for Justine to be in this position and to be complaining about AI because it impacts her work and her thing so effectively. Or maybe it's exactly right because she is being impacted so much. I don't know, but it almost seems like a conflict of interest.
And I think everybody's being impacted. But let me just explain this. The smart people say, how can Justine use AI to make her even better?
Right.
Okay, so maybe she can, pump her scripts into AI and see what it comes back. Maybe she can, put information into, hey, I'm going to perform in this. What do I need to do to make myself more credible, more funny, more whatever the case may be?
Yeah,
and
or
AI
seller
can give
voice
you tips.
or whatever.
Sure, agreed. And so, but everybody just repurposes. And I'll give you proof of this, just something really easy that I think everybody can understand. If I play a piece of music, Jay, oftentimes you can tell me what general time frame that music was in, right?
Yeah.
If I play something from the 30s and it's like, horns and whatever, and it's, okay, that's not a modern piece of music.
Or 80s synth or whatever. Yeah, you could tell.
Yeah,
kind of
or if I do
signature.
60s, it's all that echoey kind of stuff, right?
Yep.
If I do 70s, it might be quadraphonic and disco. And if I do, and you can even do that through country music. If you listen to old country, you hear Hank Williams, like, okay, that's way old country, man. Or if you hear 90s country, or if you hear modern country, it's a lot more rocky and a lot more edgy. And that just proves that everybody is just simply, standing on the shoulders of those gone before them. They say that a lot of rock artists or rock and roll musicians, hey, they got their founding from blues and from whatever, right? Jazz. And everybody does this. So I think the criticism is unwarranted. What I think Justine or, all these people should do, think about how you can build AI into your life that will make you the best you can be. And so I'm using AI in a lot of what we do. We use AI when we do an hour Tech Watch show, we use AI to say, where would be the most cool clips that people might like for the clips and the shorts and stuff. And it helps us find those things that seem to do well. It helps us find the beginning and the end points of different things to where it's like, hey, I've got this little piece isolated and usable now. There's a lot of great way AI can be done. If you think AI is just going to take over the world and replace everybody, it won't.
Right.
It won't. I'm telling you, there's too much personality-driven uniqueness about people, and that's where you need to focus, okay? AI is not going to be able to give you the breakdown on the Waymo thing like I did. Just not possible. Is it going to tell you its own feelings and thought, along the way? No, it's not. When I was in the Waymo car, I felt a little bit apprehensive. I wasn't scared, but I was hesitant and apprehensive because it was my first time. And hey, man, we're talking about real road life and death kind of situations.
I bet you put your seatbelt on, right?
You're dang right, but it told me to. Okay. But I did, not because it told me to, but because you're right, that's natural. So I'm just saying that we need to look at AI instead of saying AI is going to replace me and take over the world. You need to come back and say, how can AI make me better than I am, smarter than I am, more together than I am? How can it remind me of things and organize things for me? How can it be this incredible assistant? So before the show, I literally, in AI, I said, hey, can you give me the top tech headline news? Why did I do that? Because I just thought, hey, man, it might have a story or something that I haven't seen. Just want to make sure I'm aware of it, right?
Right.
Okay, but that doesn't mean that AI is doing my show. AI just simply kind of reviewed the world out there last minute and said, yeah, hey, we need to learn to just realize AI has its place. And we need to slow down with AI and make sure that we're using it effectively, that we're using it, beneficially. Same thing with these mini PCs. When I told somebody they can get a mini PC, it's teeny, it's a little bit bigger than your hand, And they're like, can that really replace my desktop? Can that really? Yes, it can. Contrary to popular belief, mini PCs comparable to former desktop PCs, they have impressive CPU speeds, lots of memory, tons of ports. The technological advancements are incredible. They're quiet, they're efficient, they're inexpensive. I mean, I can go on and on about it, but I'm telling you, they are incredible. Mini PCs are really getting better, faster, smarter, and a lot of them even can do graphic tasks like nobody's business.
Yes, they
because
are.
they have better video cards than we've ever had before. It's something to behold. All right, we're flat out of time. Thanks so much. NetworkProvidersInc.com is your partner for tech. NPITechGuys.com for the podcast. Spread the word, will you? Thanks.